Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very special unboxing for you guys. This is going to be a pretty short video. We're not going to go into details about the technicals, but basically I just received a package for the Epson Home Cinema 5050UB. This basically stands for the Ultra Black. So we're just going to do a quick unboxing, just go over some basic details about the projector and take a look at what it looks like. It's a pretty huge box, as you can see, so we'll go ahead and open it up and see what it has inside. Alright. Looks packaged pretty well, very well protected. As you can see, you have some styrofoams here in the corners. Put these to the side. So the first thing we can probably look at are the accessories that it comes with, and then we'll eventually get to the projector. So there's a smaller box. It's a very interesting way of putting the cables there. You know, there's no compartments or anything like that in here, so they're just kind of put out there. So you have the AC power cable here. Nothing special, just a regular old cable. You do have the remote. It is backlit, and yeah, it's a pretty large remote. We do have the instruction manual here. I'm not quite sure what these are. They look like cable ties, if I'm not mistaken. Huge projector, so get this out here. All right. So there you have it. Do have the projector here. There you have it, folks, the Epson 5050UB. So it comes in at about 24.7 pounds, 7.6 inches tall, 20 inches wide, 17 inches in depth. So you do need to take that into consideration. It does have a minimum projector distance of 5 feet and also a maximum projector distance of 62 feet. And then the maximum viewable screen that you'll be able to throw will be 50 inches. And then of course the maximum will be 300 inches. I can't imagine throwing up a 300-inch image. You're probably going to be losing a lot of brightness. This projector is actually rated at 2600 lumens, which is probably not going to be enough to serve you in trying to even attempt to throw a 300-inch image. So let's just take a closer look at the projector. Obviously in the front here you do have the motorized lens, which is pretty cool. On this side right here, this does look like the intake, and I believe it has a filter inside of it. Yeah, it definitely has a an air filter inside of it. So this is the intake side, and this is the exhaust side. So this side is probably going to get pretty hot. You do have the lens. You have a motorized cover, which is pretty awesome. So you don't have to get like a lens cover that you have to apply every time you know, maybe if you're not using it for a while to protect it from dust and everything. You don't have to do that manually. Everything just closes when you turn it off. On the side here, you have some LED indicators for the status, if it's on or off, lamp indicator, and then also a temperature indicator as well. And then you do have a sliding door on the side right here, which exposes some buttons, which all of these menus should be accessible using the remote. But you do have access to like all the lens settings, so you'll be able to calibrate it using this manually. You have the power button right here. You also have a source button, so you can quickly you know, toggle between different inputs on the projector. The IR receiver looks like it's at the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. Right here, actually. On this side, this is where the IR receiver is. So you want to make sure that this is not covered, unless you're using like an IR trigger or something like that. If you look on this side, this is actually where the actual lamp is housed. So it does, it's not a laser projector, of course, but it has a 250 watt lamp that it uses. So it's an LCD projector. So we're gonna take a closer look at the back and talk about the different inputs. But before we do, I just wanna show a size comparison. I just wanna show you how big this projector is. So let me just zoom out a little bit. My old projector that I was using for a while now. This is actually an in-focus projector. So it's mostly like an office projector to do PowerPoint. It's not really a movie projector. It is a 720p projector. And like I mentioned, this was a hand-me-down that I received that I've been using for quite a few years now. It served me well, but like I said, it is a 720p projector. It is somewhat bright because it's used for presentations and whatnot, but there's not a whole lot of contrast to it. You can see the size comparison compared to this one. You know, this is quite huge. Look at this projector and then take a look at this one. This is what they call a 4K or a pixel shifting projector. So it actually uses two 1080p chips to basically, what it does is it shifts the pixels about half a pixel diagonally really quick. So you're not even gonna be able to see that unless you have like a high refresh rate camera or something like that, to give or to come as close to native 4K resolution. So obviously that's done to save on costs, quite honestly, because native 4K projectors, I think at a minimum are probably like around 5,000 for like a Sony projector. But this does the job, and you know, a lot of people are not really gonna notice the differences. So this is a pixel shift projector. It does support HDR10. It does support 3D. Not a lot of projectors nowadays support 3D technology. So if you have any 3D Blu-ray discs, you'll be able to play those. You do have to purchase the glasses separately. I didn't see them in the box, so it doesn't look like it comes with it. This projector was actually released around 2019, so it's, you know, quite a few years old. It's still being sold, so I think, you know, I saw a lot of good reviews for it. One of the things that it stands out as on is the actual contrast, so that's why they call it the UB ultra black, I guess. The lamp life, it is rated at 4,000 hours at minimum medium mode, and then if you have eco mode, that is about 5,000 hours. Let's just go over the different inputs that we have in the back. So you do have two HDMI 2.0 inputs that you can see right here. Both of them are 2.0. This one doesn't actually have HDMI 2.1 to allow you to do 120 hertz refresh rate. You do have an optional HDMI USB port here, so you know, I'm not really sure what the use case for that is, but if you have any HDMI cables that also utilize power, I guess, be able to utilize this particular port to power those. You do have a USB-A input here, and you do have a mini USB port right in there, which you can use to service the projector. You also have a LAN port. This doesn't have like a built-in like smart feature where you can use different apps, smart apps and whatnot. I think this is probably going to be used for like PowerPoint presentations where you want to display static images. For actual video images, I don't believe you'll be able to stream those using the LAN port. So that's what it's going to be used for. I don't believe you can use that to do firmware updates. You'd have to use the service port to do firmware updates, to my knowledge. You do have a VGA input here, so you know, if you still have computers that utilize this particular connection, I mean, you can just use HDMI, to be honest, but you can still use VGA connections to connect to your PC. You do have an RS-232C connection here, so you can actually remotely control the projector using like a PC, so you can control the different aspects of the projector, like turning it on, I guess changing different settings. And we do have a trigger out input here. You have a Kensington lock input here, and then of course, last but not least, at the bottom here you do have the power input to plug it into the power. I do like how everything is kind of recessed in, so that saves a lot of space because the projector itself is quite deep, so You know, if you're using it inside of like a hush box or something like that, you can kind of have this pressed up against the back of the box, or you can have this pressed up against the back of your wall, and this gives you more space to be able to throw a larger image. So if you look at the bottom of the projector, you do have mounts to mount it to your ceiling. So you have multiple points. You can use different mount systems to attach it to your ceiling. You do have some rubber feet down here, so that, you know, there's not going to be a lot of vibration in your home theater. You have 3 feet actually. This one is adjustable, so you can raise the projector up and down towards the front to, you know, if you're gonna have this on a table, you have that capability. And it does have rubber at the bottom as well. So that is the bottom of the projector. And that's pretty much it. So I'll go ahead and set this up. So be on the lookout for next video that I'm gonna have. I just want to do a quick unboxing. We'll talk some more about the projector, some of the features that it has. I guess we'll go over how to properly calibrate it to your screen. So be on the lookout for that. And of course, if you found this information helpful, be sure to subscribe. They still do sell these projectors, so, you know, if you have no use case to buy a laser projector, I think this is a pretty good projector. From the reviews that I've seen online, I saw nothing but good stuff about it. It's been around for quite a few years, so I'm quite excited to try it out. And for me, at least, it's going to be a huge step up from the old projector that I had when it comes to contrast as well as resolution goes. So I'm quite excited about that. So be on the lookout for other videos that I'm going to have out regarding this projector. Thanks for watching.